Actually, I think a couple seconds early, but that's all right. Hey!
Here's your reminder. Call vet and coffee morning check and Mother Nature always wins.
That's not what I said. Alexa, end the reminder. I don't know. What's going on, everybody? COVID and coffee, morning check in. Don't even know what episode this is. I don't even know how many episodes of COVID and coffee there have been. But yeah, we're here. Uh, and yeah, Mother Nature always wins because point blank, Mother Nature does always win no matter what. And I've learned that over the years, and I've become accustomed to the fact that Mother Nature will always win. Point blank. You don't have a choice. So, anyways, today on COVID and Coffee, RC Guy Garage style here. We were going to do a shop talk and wrench. I apologize that did not happen last night, but I'm sure a couple of you people know that obviously there's some stuff going on concerning my better half. So that definitely becomes more important. I'm not saying that you guys aren't important because you are, but I'm sure you guys get it. I'm sure you guys understand that sometimes life and other certain things definitely become a priority. But I'm here right now. So what's up, everybody? I actually have the Hyper MT out here right now because the whole point last time was I was actually going to work on it. So this time I'm actually going to work on it. I'm going to take out the toe that's in this thing. It's too excessive for me. I would actually rather have a little bit less toe. Yeah. And as far as the Mother Nature always wins thing, I'm still going to take the cars out today. They're going to get totally nasty because everything is soaking wet. But like I've always said to other people, you gotta just get out there and rip it. Now, footage-wise, it definitely would be better if it was sunny out. But Alexa, what's the weather for today?
In Plymouth, it's 67 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds with a high
That's the
of
one that's way
84
over there.
and a low of 59 degrees.
The one that I'm talking to is right there. Why does it always happen? Alexa, what's the hourly weather for today?
In Plymouth, at 10 a.m., it'll be 72 degrees Fahrenheit with intermittent
I'm telling you,
clouds.
man.
At 11 a.m., it'll be 74 degrees
Oh
with
my
intermittent
God.
clouds. At 12 p.m., it'll be 76
Okay, Alexa,
degrees with
stop.
partly sunny skies. At 1 p.m.,
Alexa,
it'll be
stop.
78.
Why is it? I'm talking to that one, but the one that's in the living room, which is like a whole room away, is the one that's talking. I don't get it. So Jerry VRC was first today, right at 9:25. We've got JORC, what's going on? We got Chuck GRC, what's happening, man? Big Papa Paul's already here. What is going on, guy? Yeah. There are some complications. Not anything bad yet, but that's why literally I've got my phone like right next to me, just in case. I'm doing the COVID and coffee right now to kind of keep my mind, occupied in other ways. But I've got obviously the phone right here with the ringer on, which I never have my ringer on because with all these dumb phone calls that you get all the time nowadays on your own personal cell phone, it drives me insane. I wish there was a way to like block like everything that's not related to what you want. But in this case, I have to make sure that I, am available for that phone, and I stupidly have to answer every call right now just in case. It's just how it has to be. Just for now. Pending how today goes, so the projection was she was supposed to be here like today. But with the way we're seeing things go, that might not be happening. But the better thing about that is potentially she's in the best place that she could be if there was any issues. So, and that makes you feel better, but not because this is such a weird thing, man. I mean, since when do you ever not get to see somebody in the hospital? Like, it's definitely messed up, man. I feel so bad. I feel more bad for her because, I can't be there. And then the other thing that I realized, or that she realized, was the fact that um, she's there, right? So a lot of times, like that other person that would be there, like a family member or whatever, would be that second voice to where, you know, let's just say she's not coherent, or let's just say she was at one point, right? And then she's talking to me and she's telling me, how she's feeling, or, whatever. And then, as like the minutes or hours or whatever goes on, when they finally come back in the room or whatever, however that works. And then when they go to talk to her, and now she's not coherent because there's issues. It's just like, man, this is messed up. Definitely messed up, man. So, Grumpy One, what is going on, guy? Right, Grumpy. I learned. I'm sure I used to joke around and fight Mother Nature and be like, Mother Nature ain't got nothing on me. I mean, she still doesn't. But I've learned to work with her and realize that, Mother Mother Nature's in control. She's kind of gonna try to tell you how your day is gonna go. You know, you can fight against. I fight against still all the time, and you have a blast doing it. But I'll tell you, man, like yesterday, it was yesterday, right? I'm at a loss for days too. I'm surprised I even know what day it is today. I'll tell you right now, I think doing this YouTube stuff is reminding me of what day it is. I don't know, it's crazy. Anyways, who got here right at 9:30? That's what I was curious about. Right at 9:30, we got JORC. What's going on, man? All right, so Jerry. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's... Dude, are you kidding me, Grumpy One? It's sunny where you are? That's not cool. Alexa, what's the weather for tomorrow?
Here's the forecast for
Hey.
tomorrow in Plymouth. Look for mostly sunny weather with a high of 70 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 54
right.
degrees.
Well, at least tomorrow will be good. I guess what's going to happen today, like I keep saying, keep getting distracted from doing those what's in the boxes. So I'm going to make a promise upon a promise upon a promise. If I say it 3 times, maybe I'll actually do it. So I'm going to do some what's in the boxes today. I got 5 well, how about this? I got 4 boxes that I want to open. I'll say it that way. I got 5 boxes, but I got 4 boxes that I want to open. I'm going to open some stuff today. That'll probably help keep my mind off a couple things here and there. It'll just help, and I can have my phone right there just in case. Gotta definitely want to make sure it's right there. So, but that's crazy, Grumpy One. Lorem Cronish, what's going on, guy? Mitchell, what's happening, brother? Hey, you changed your photo. Awesome, man. Let's see. Jerry, sorry yeah. I know, man. I just, and I'm not the only one going, through any kind of issue. I know there's way worse things happening, but obviously it's something that's directly affecting me. So it's just like kind of here I am telling you guys, yeah, we're gonna have a shop talk and wrench tonight, and then literally I'm like getting, not bombarded, but obviously, well, yeah, bombarded by, to put it plainly, emotion. It's real. So I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure I'm right there. But I want to get out there and rip it too, though. Dude, you have no idea. The thoughts have been flooding my mind. I've been filling up my notebook with like ideas and stuff. Because obviously I've got, some kind of extra time on my hand to kind of think about, some stuff. And yeah, I was really getting amped up today about opening up the Mad Van first. So yeah, out of the boxes that are going to get opened, the Mad Van's going to be first, and then the Habao Hyper VCS or VCT or whatever the heck that on-road ripper is. I should look more into what it is. I just have it and I just gotta open it. But Mad Van's gonna be first. I know I said the other one was gonna be first, but yeah, just don't get it, man. I even looked up, like, because I questioned what I was saying about doing a raffle, and I realized you actually can't do a raffle on YouTube. So that's out. But apparently you can do a raffle on Facebook. So I have to look up what the rules are to see if it's something that's actually plausible, because I don't know. Maybe I can do like I could probably, that would be pretty crazy, but I don't know how those rules work. I think I could do a YouTube video that points to the raffle, maybe? I don't know. Again, I don't know what I'm even talking about. Yeah, I got to look up rules and I got to look up like stuff. Yeah. And then do I really open it? Or I just say, I don't know. I don't even know, man. I was so messed up. So messed up about all this garbage going on here. Garbage. You gotta say it right. Just like wheelie bar. I don't know all these people that spell wheelie bar. It's just wrong. A bar is a place where you go to drink. A wheelie bar is something that stops your vehicle from flipping back over on itself, right? VAH, bar, wheelie bar. So I love it. I think it's such a riot. I do think it's such a riot. It's the new thing. Who made what? Who made waffles? Are you saying raffles? Who made that? Morning Smoke. Oh, Smokey's here. What's going on, guy? Right, Grumpy One. Man, thank you for saying that. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah. Wheelie Bar. You know it, guy. Wheelie Bar. B-A-H. There's no R in Wheelie Bar. I love it too, because I'm subscribed to people's channels, and then when people make comments when they actually say wheelie bar, I'll just leave a funny comment and just go, say it with me. Wheelie bar. There's no R. Oh, what's wrong with you people? Something wrong with you. I don't know why the school has taught you, or who has taught you that wheelie bar is pronounced wheelie bar. It's not. It's wheelie bar. I don't know. I still don't know what's wrong with you people. You gotta have fun. You know what I mean? You gotta have fun. It is. It's fun. It's a good time. And I think is funny though. When you hear, because obviously, Earl has said the wheelie bar a couple of times. And it's so funny because he's a Cali guy. So him using that word, it just sounds wrong. But I think I need to do like a teaching class on how to say the proper, the words properly. You know what I mean? Because when he says it, he sounds like he's saying bah. You know what I mean? Like what, a sheep or a goat or whatever animal goes bah. Just you gotta do what makes you happy. As long as it's not murder. You know what I mean? As long as it's not robbery, you gotta do what makes you happy. And it's definitely something that is a happy situation when people use that term wheelie bar, you know? It is funny. Gonna make a shirt, wheelie bar. You know. RC guy, you can do giveaway on YouTube. Yes, you can do. Well, Chuck G. Granted, I did try to look it up on YouTube, but it seems as though it's more along the lines that you actually can't. I believe it almost seems like YouTube, frown, which I get. I get that YouTube would frown on that. Again, who knows? I'm not very good at reading, anyway. So maybe I'm looking at the wrong things. But when I did look up raffles on YouTube, it seemed to point me in the direction of that's a bad thing, which I don't want to do anything bad. Like I said, I mean, when you think about it, right? Here's the insane thing. Like I keep saying to you guys, thank you guys as subscribers, because my channel right now, which insane, people would tell, like, other people, when I first started doing the YouTube channel, I tried to turn it towards a different direction. I just have to, this is actually text messages from my wife. She just texted me, so I just gotta answer this real quick. And I've totally just lost what I was talking about. So once I get back, if somebody wants to say, hey, guy, you were talking about this. I think I was talking about YouTube raffles. I just want to see what's going on. See, my wife, she because she's in the medical field, she knows, like, and she sometimes forgets that I don't understand sometimes the wording that she uses. So I have to ask her, like, I have to ask her in the RC Guy garage way. I have to ask her in her husband's way of, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Because she's obviously used to, terms and saying things a certain way. I guess that's like with anything, when, like a mechanic, mechanics have certain terms, and there are certain, words that you use that, are shortened versions of the actual word or a shortened version of a description. And when you use that, you have to remember that, within any trade that, that there's the other person might not understand what you're talking about. So, like I said, I'm not ignoring you guys right now. I'm just, because she had said that sometimes it's easier for her to talk and sometimes it's easier for her to text. So I'm like leaving it, like, literally up to her, whatever she wants to do. Like, I even, because I'm her other half. I'm not going to say I'm her better half. I'm her other half. And I even asked, like, because I haven't seen her in days. So I was like, this morning, being a guy, I was just like, hey, can you send me can I have like a picture of you, or can I actually get to see you somehow? And she point blank was like, no, I'm a mess. And I'm like thinking to myself, and I let it go because I don't want to push any buttons. If she doesn't want me to see how she looks right now, but doesn't she get it? Doesn't matter what she looks like she's my wife. Like, if I was there at the hospital, I would see what she looks like. And it's like, I get it. I do get how girls think. I really do. But sometimes I think sometimes I think it's stupid thinking, because it's just like, you know, just I don't care what you look like. Just, how about a picture of, your face? Like, just anything. You throw me an eyeball or something, I don't know. I'm not expecting her to be like, strutting down the I was just gonna say strutting down the drag strip. I don't expect her to be strutting down the whatever it is, the walkway that the models walk on. Whatever the heck that thing is. But that's why I said I'm not going to push anything. I'm literally just, whatever she says goes. I don't care, what she wants or what she says or whatever. Whatever she wants right now goes. So. And I tell you, I cannot text for the life of me. Anyways, you need to make that design you did of the wheelie bar as a shirt. I would want one. You know what? Because that was hand drawn, that's where it became a problem. I obviously I don't have the means to make it look better, but in my eyes, it still needs to look a little bit better somehow. Or I had thought about oh, this is actually her. So I'm sorry, I'm just gonna walk away because this is her. Hello? Hey baby, are you okay? Okay. Okay. All right. All right, bye. Okay. Well, that was quick. Because that was quick. All right. Well, I'm back. Because she just called real quick. So obviously that's the stuff that's going to be happening. So even if I do like a shop talk and wrench, just know I will be walking away from the stream. I'll keep the stream going, obviously, but I will be walking away. Just because, I mean, you guys know. You guys, I know you guys know what's going on. So, but you need to, right. So back on that design thing. The only thing about that was, I think what I want to do with it, I want to modify it a little bit more. I tried to actually see if I could get that to the laser cutout thing, whatever that thing is, the vinyl graphic cutter thing that I've got. I tried to get it to do that as like a outline, but what ended up happening was, because it's hand drawn, it picks up, and because it was done with a pencil, it picks up all the little like imperfections that I couldn't see. Like, I scanned it, and that's what's crazy. So I scanned the picture. It's actually still sitting in the scanner right now. It hasn't even moved. I scanned it, and then when I tried to put it into the vinyl printer software, it picked up all the imperfections and tried to make it like a cutout. So I think it's almost like I have to have somebody with intelligence to, in graphic design, to be able to grab that photo or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, a file, and then somehow overlay like maybe real lines on it, to get rid of the junk that, I found that it picked up. So like I even tried to like shade the tire. So obviously when I shaded the tire, I'm using a pencil, and I'm putting the pencil on a sideways arc to give the tire a shade. And when it did that, it picked up like every tiny little dot, and it was going to try and cut out every little dot, and that's not going to work. So I don't even know. I don't even know how it would work. Maybe I should like contact like a screen printing company or something. I just don't know. And like I said, that picture, I hadn't picked up a pen and a piece of paper and a pencil in a long time, and it didn't come out too bad. You know what I mean? It's thought it was kind of funny to have the, what is it, a sheep or a goat head coming out of the wheel? I thought it was cool. Just funny. Trying to just be funny, I guess. I don't know. I just don't know how to do any of this stuff. That's what I think. That's why I think I have a hard time in this hobby, and why sometimes I have a hard time in even some of the automotive, stuff that I do. There's a certain level of working with my hands that I am very good with. I am a visual learner. As far as trying to whenever you try to throw a computer into the mix, that's when I just can't. I can't get it. Like I said, I'm even surprised that I can even do the editing on my computer for videos, because it's all foreign to me. It's not tuning a carburetor. It's not adjusting valves. It's not any of that stuff. It's not setting lash. It's like, it's not just nuts and bolts, man. It's beyond that. And while software out there can definitely help you, I don't have the mental capacity for, that kind of technical, thing of it. So the devil's right way. You're funny. Dude, I'd love to, I even thought about it, dude. It would be so awesome to get that goat, the goat head and the wheelie bar. I said bar. Wheelie bar on like a coffee mug. Because I thought about doing that. I was like, man, it would be so cool if I could somehow get just a white mug, and I was going to, vinyl cut out the thing and slap it on a mug and be like, here you go, guys. Here's your mugs. But yeah, I don't know. I just got to figure it out. All these people that do all these things, it's called merch. It's all foreign to me. I still have to figure out my logo. I have in my mind what I want the logo to look like, but again, like I said, when you think about logos and you think about stickers and you think about things that, are what may help the channel just get further, because you have to, number one, you have to remember, it's got to be something that people would actually want to own. You know what I mean? When Sticky's RC did, obviously his Sticky's stickers, it's just I don't know, it came out mint. I mean, he's even got the little license plates. That's insane. That's he did it totally the right way to do things. Guy Mitchell, thank you, sir. Thank you for that donation, man. Again, don't even have to say it. You know what it's going to, unless you direct it. If you direct it, man, that's how it works. Dutch, what's going on, guy? Venom, what's happening, brother? Right. Practice, yeah. Dylan Davis, what's happening? From California. Yeah, so you just got to be, dude, you're up early then. It's what time is it over there where you are? 7? 6? How do I get an RC Guy garage sticker for the jack? You can't. There are no RC Guy garage stickers. You just have to just get out a marker and just write on a write on a blank sticker. You know how they have those little labels? Hello, my name is. There you go. This is your RC Guy. Hey, that's what I could do. Hello, my name is. Yeah, I don't know, man. There are certain things that are point blank just beyond me. And a lot of times what happens is when something is beyond me, instead of, especially when it comes to technical, when something like that is beyond me, I have a tendency, I think, to kind of give up on it. Just let it go kind of thing, you know? I don't know. Like even when you look at let's put it this way, True Boys RC, his logo is pretty cool looking. You know, he's got the wings going on. He's got a couple monster trucks in there. You know, even something like that, that's pretty cool. He did a good job. I don't know if he designed that himself or if he had somebody design it, you know, for him or whatever. But you know, it's just gotta be, I don't know, it's gotta be eye-catching, you know. That's I learned a lot of that like with my drone photos that I, you know, used to do, was that in order to sell sunsets or in order to sell lighthouses or photos that I, you know, would have taken with my drone, it would have to be, oh, and you know what I will tell you was cool, that with my drone, one of the best things that I learned with that, and I know I'm getting off subject, but one of the best things that I learned with using my drone for how long that I did was finding the unique things that the average person doesn't get to see. So in Plymouth, there's an abandoned building, right? It's a building. It's been, I think, out of commission for years. I mean, it's all boarded up. Obviously, you can see people have broken into it, you know, kind of stuff like that. You know, kids do this typical stuff, you know, smashing windows and all that. Just stupid garbage that, you know, just shouldn't happen. But at the very top of the building, unless you climbed it or unless you had like an airplane or whatever, even an airplane probably would have had a hard time seeing it, because when I flew my drone up on top of the building, and yes, because I was licensed, I always did everything the right way. So it was always line of sight. If it was out of line of sight, sorry, I didn't go any further, because that was being licensed. It was, I took that very seriously. So, and that's also, I had this big communication with a you know, a bunch of drone people a while ago, and just talking about how, yeah, you get these epic shots and you get all these epic videos of people doing just all this awesome stuff with a drone, and people would ask me, well, how come you can't, well, how come your videos, how come you didn't go further? And it's just like, because I couldn't see it. And they're like, what does that have to do with it? You can see it on the screen. I'm like, I'm licensed. I'm like, you don't get it. Like, if I get caught, what happens if, you know, somebody decides to report me? You know what I mean? I wasn't even going to deal with that. But anyways, back to the whole thing. On the top of that building, because people had broken into it, they had the, all I would call it was like fire escapes. So they had like these sections on top of the building that had these steel doors, and it looked like it had something to do with either maybe elevators or some type of like escape way for this building, so that, you know, you at least had a way to get up to the top of the building, maybe in the event of an emergency or a fire. Or, I don't know, helicopters could, you know, rescue you or something. I'm not exactly positive. But some of the graffiti work. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, when people are doing like the graffiti type stuff that, you know, just is trying to do like gang stuff or whatever it was. There was this whoever did this graffiti artwork that was on top of that thing. There weren't any words. It was, I'd have to go back in my photos, but it was like this photo. Well, not a photo. It was like this graffiti, just like artwork that was just like, how many people that lived in Plymouth don't even know that that's there? It's like, it was that good. Like, I'm flying my drone and I'm like getting like this little look of it, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And I, you know, flew the drone because I was, you know, a little high, you know, so I could maintain, you know, line of sight and the whole everything. And I actually brought the drone down and I positioned myself, which was crazy. I had to position myself further away because of the line of sight thing. So as I walked further back, granted the drone got smaller, but I could see the drone and I could actually bring it down a little bit. And the graffiti work that was on there was just like, man, tell you, it makes you realize there are some people out there with some crazy talent, like wicked, like insane. Makes you like me, makes me feel like I can't do anything. You know what I mean? You see some of the talent that's out there, makes you realize just how dumb you really are, you know? Smokies, how do I get, oh, right, I already saw that, sorry. Like a mural, right, Venom, exactly. Like a mural. It was that good. It was just like, wow. And people don't even know that that's there. Jack Jr. Frazier, good morning. What's going on with you, brother? Bet a bunch of people here don't know your channel started as, right, exactly. It was, it used to be called UAV Drone Photography. It was like the craziest long name, but I thought everything had to be like seamless. And then it went from that to What's Up Guy Garage, because I just moved on from that and started doing just, repair videos and just whatever, garage type stuff. And then slowly just merged on to doing RC stuff. And the channel was actually directed towards RC stuff. I already had RCs and knew RCs and loved RCs and blah, blah, blah. And that channel took off because, the RC stuff is definitely cool. It really is. Guy, I seen you into the core. Right, right. Right, yeah, taking Big Black apart. Yeah, been there, done that like 20 times. So through all the stupid, and I think one part about that, right, was the amount of times that I had got that truck down to its block like that was like, I think it was funny because it almost gave me the opportunity, like me being the guinea pig, of buying these upgraded better parts for Big Black, when if initially I had spent the $350 to get the part that I should have got in the first place, I guess, I wouldn't have been into the truck that many times. And people have no idea what Big Black has been through, man. Big Black has been through some stuff that was never videoed, I have photos of certain things, but the best part about Big Black is the fact that everything that truck has been through, meaning its motor, and that's the heartbeat of the truck. Everything, I mean, God, you guys have no clue what I have put this thing through. There are things that I've done to this truck that it's what made me, I guess, want to go ahead, and if I was going to get another Ford truck, that's why I was so amped up about getting an F450, because what this truck has shown me, its capabilities, in my opinion, far exceeded what the specs are of the truck. And there are people out there that love Chevy. There are people out there that love Dodge, that love Toyota, that love everything. And like I always get into that conversation of saying, I like them all. But the reason why I would buy another Ford again is just because of my experience with my own truck. That's point blank the reason why. My own experience with my truck. And I've had a Chevy Silverado. I had a fully loaded Chevy Silverado 1500. Granted, it was a 1500, but still, it was a 1999, the first year of the new body style, when they came out with that truck. And I'll point blank say that truck too never gave me any issues that I could really complain about, other than the fact that because it was a 1500, I was pushing it throughout my construction business. I started to push the truck beyond its capabilities to where I eventually did have to buy, something that would take the inherent abuse that I put out to the vehicles. So, like, even a couple people have seen me drive my Camaro. They're like, hey, what are you, out of your mind? And it's just like, dude, it's yeah. Do I love my Camaro? Yeah, of course I do. But it's meant to be driven. It's meant to. It cannot. You cannot drive that car like an. Can't even. You gotta be careful with the words you say. You can't drive that car like. I can't even use the term I want to say. You can't drive that car like wimpishly, meaning you can go through the gears calmly, but the car is so much more happier when it doesn't even have a rev limiter. So I'd say the car is much more happier if it had a rev limiter. The car is so much more happier if it was bouncing off a rev limiter. That's where the Camaro's at. Even the Trans Am, same thing. Granted, I haven't driven that thing in like 5 years, but I don't even remember when the last time it was that I drove that. It's been quite a while. But even that car, same thing. That car you can definitely drive a lot more conservatively, but the Camaro you can't. It just doesn't want it. It does not react well to, like school zone driving. It doesn't like it. Totally doesn't like it. It's not designed for that. So, Michael Dyke, what's going on, guy? Bandit Darnville. Right, nice. You're preparing for your first run with the infraction? That is awesome. That's okay, though. That's okay. 4S is fine, man. 4S is fine. James George, what's happening, brother? Now what? Now, Chuck G, what's wrong with you have a 2017 Silverado. What's wrong with that? One thing I do know is the Silverado's definitely had a major rocker and cab rot issue, lower cab corner rot issue. That's something that I did not like. My Silverado didn't suffer from that, but I've seen a lot of Silverados with massive rocker rot, and it's like, wow. And granted, maybe it's because it's the area that I live in with Salt Nation over here. That's one thing that I didn't like. Wow, are you kidding me, Chuck? Transmission and rear end issues? Oh, well, if you're chirping the tires on downshift, then no wonder why you're having transmission and rear end issues. Is that what you're doing? Dude, that's what I used to love about the 79 Trans Am that I had, the one that I mainly drove. Dude, because that thing was it's automatic, but you could only manually shift it. There was no automatic to that thing anymore. And I'll tell you, it was awesome downshift, and then the tires chirping on a downshift. That's awesome. Kind of miss that. Every once in a while, I drive Big Black manually. It's awesome. It loves that too. You get those, I don't know, man. You get that turbo spooling up. It's got a Wicked Wheel 2 in it, and when you get that thing going, it shifts pretty hard when you shift it manually. It gives a nice go. I mean, it's a truck. It's an F-350. You know what I mean? But it still gives a nice, a nice solid feel. Even though it's an 06. It puts a smile on your face. Big Black will definitely put a smile on people's face, especially when it's melting its tires. You get all the yee-yees out there, when Big Black is moving. Especially with how loud Big Black is. Big Black is actually straight piped right now. Yep. Big Black is straight piped, and it sounds awesome. And I'm careful too. In the mornings, I feather the throttle nice and easy. I'm not that kind of person that wants to wake up the whole neighborhood. But when I get on it, like obviously you start to learn your RPM and downshift range, right? So I've obviously, throughout the times of having Big Black, tuned and knowing where it likes and when it likes to shift. You can get those little, the overpasses for the highways. You get into like that overpass where it's like, kind of like basically two. Well, actually, no, it's not 2 lanes, but anywhere from 2 to 4 lanes of traffic overpassing. So you get like the nice little bridge. And you just like, I can time it so perfect right now to right when I'm in, right as soon as my front wheels enter into the mini tunnel, I guess you'd call it. Right as soon as that front end gets into the mini tunnel, it just, yeah, it can have the tendency to scare people. Because it barks. It lets out a nice, aggressive bark. And it sounds great, I don't know, man. We're not even talking about RC stuff here. Anyways, so today on RC Guy Garage, we're still talking about kind of a Ford, right? Because you all know that's an F-150. I don't know. But I want to, yeah, there we go. I do want to adjust the toe on that thing. I am going to take it out and rip it. It is going to get dirty. I kind of didn't want to treat this one like a piece of crap, but because my Habao Hyper MT2, that thing, I got to say, that probably is my toughest vehicle. It's not, now I don't have an X-Max yet, but I still keep wanting to wait for like version 3 to come out because I'm telling you, I feel like as soon as I pull the trigger on an X-Max, like a week later or something stupid like that, Trax is going to be like, hey, check it out, guys. We got version 3 out and it's now 12S. And I'd just be like, yeah, that's just figures. But I'm ready. I'm ready for some 12S stuff. I have the capability, battery-wise, 12S. But is it really needed? I don't know. I think the X-Max needs to be 12S. From the videos that I've seen, and I've only seen videos, I actually have not had an X-Max in my hand, even though the local hobby shop would have one on display. I don't even walk over to it. Because from what I've seen on videos, I feel like I'm not impressed. Like maybe people just aren't able to capture what the X-Max can do on video. Kind of like how I have a hard time capturing what the Tenacity DB Pro does. I have a very hard time capturing the feeling that vehicle gives, the way that thing drives. That's why it took so long for me to do my first video on it, because I point blank, I couldn't capture what my eyes were seeing. The camera just couldn't do it. Wrong angles, whatever. Oh, so it's not you. So it's not you manually shifting in automatic. Okay. Well, is your truck tuned or something? The body panels are... Yeah, I know you had said that. You had actually said your truck before. I think I remembered you saying that, Grumpy One, that the truck that you had before had thicker body panels than the truck you have now. That's crap, man. That's garbage. Bone stock. That's messed up. You know what it probably is? It's probably just some damn sensor in your truck that's screwed up. That's what's nuts, man. It's probably a sensor that's screwed up. So much stuff is sensors now. Oh, I laughed at my son the other day. Wait till I show you this picture. So my son, he's a Ford mechanic. Well, he's a mechanic. He works at a Ford dealership, so I call him a Ford mechanic, and I love that. I think it's great. But I got to show you this picture that he sent. My point blank was laughing because this is what it's come down to nowadays. Okay, so this is the picture he sent me. Oh, actually, it's a video. Check this out. So this is a video that he sent me, right? Wait till you see what he's working on. That is point blank in for a water pump. It's in for a water pump for that vehicle. And this is what he's got to do just to swap out a water pump. It's like, are you kidding me? You got to pull the engine, or actually drop the cradle technically. You got to pull the engine to do a water pump? What the hell? It's like, oh my God. It's like, man, these car designers are definitely trying to make it so the, regular, backyard mechanic, such as me right here, cannot touch these vehicles anymore. Oh, Smokies, you're killing me, guy. How do I like the Gen 8? The Gen 8 what? The Gen 8 raffle truck? That's what I should call it. I should call it the Gen 8 Axe Edition raffle truck. I don't know, dude. You're funny, Smokey. Vince Vargas, what's going on, guy? Smokies. RC guy, not much. Right, yeah. I mean, like I've said before, I'm not against crawling. I'm really not. I just, I guess that's like the difference between the way people like to race anything. Some people, I don't know. Some people like farming, and some people like to just go to the grocery store and get what they want. I don't know how to explain it. I think for me, crawling has its place for me. And I've even taken every rock and boulder that I've come across in my yard, throughout the whole process of doing different types of landscape and stuff here. I've taken just about every rock and boulder and I've piled it into one area to crawl over. But I have a hard time being low key. For me, crawling is more, I feel like crawling for me is just more low key, more patience, more technical. And I have a hard time with it, man. I just do. I'm not against crawling. Kind of like it's the same thing where I'm not against people that, like Hondas and, give those things 500 horsepower, 5,000 horsepower. And like Riff Raff's RC, he keeps telling me, he's like, you got to open the box. If you open the box, you're actually going to like this Gen 8. And I've had a few other people kind of be the same way. If you just open it, you're probably actually going to like it. And I don't know. I was all psyched up when I bought it. When I bought it, I was psyched for it. And I was like, I'm going to do an unboxing, blah, blah, blah. I want to wait for the right time. I don't know. Who buys something and just doesn't open it? That's the part, I even if I opened it to do an unboxing, at least that's going to give content for the channel, right? But I feel like I guess I feel like I wouldn't be able to produce a good video on a vehicle that I'm not amped up about. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I feel like I don't want to do that, because if it is an awesome, crawler out of the box, RTR awesome crawler out of the box, I don't want to do it a negative by opening it. I almost feel like me opening that box is doing that Gen 8 a negative. That's what I was thinking. Gen 8 X Edition raffle truck. I don't know, guy. I know, strip gears, open the box. I know, strip gear. I mean, they keep calling you strip gears because I see the 82 is like an S or something. Jack Brazier, yeah, just open it. I don't know, guy. I'll give you 354. Yeah. No, I would rather, to be honest, with ground pounder. I know, guy. I know. I gotta even do the ground pounder. That's what's nuts too. Is I'm slightly more psyched about the ground pounder than I am the crawler, which is weird. I don't know. I think throughout this process, I've realized what I like to do. I don't consider myself a basher. I'm a thrasher. And I seemingly am liking going fast. Either way, whether if it's, on dirt jumps or if it's, the drag racing, I definitely, I'm giving the DR10 a little bit of a pause right now, only because of, stuff that's been going on. You need to have a certain, I think, at least for me, I need to have a certain amount of focus if I'm going to go further with the DR10. I've got, obviously, I've got battery of parts. The only thing I need to do with the DR10 right now is just do speed tests. I want to do my 132-foot stock. Modified stock, meaning it's only modified right now just by what you can do out of the box. No changing of anything. It's still retaining its factory pinion. It still has all its factory electronics. I still just want to do a couple speed reps with that thing. Wrong. Sorry. The only thing I did change was obviously the rear tires. So that obviously was or is something that I, because I ended up burning out the rear tires. So with all that tuning that I did, with all the RC Guy Garage way of tuning, hack tuning that I did with that thing, it's going straight. That's all that matters. That's what I like about it. I went the unconventional way of going straight with little tips here and there, because obviously you guys know Earl helped me out with, forcing me to, stop using these eyes that you can't see out of, guy, and just grab a damn, measuring device and let's see where you are and let's see if you can get those rear tires that much straighter. And he does it. So, I thank him for that but I also burned up the tires because, of what I did to it. Oh, the other modification that I did to it too. The front toe. So the front toe on mine, not front toe, the rear toe of the front C block, mine is modified so that my wheels have less toe. I only have 2.5 millimeters of toe in front to back on the tire itself over stock, whatever stock was. So that is the other modification that I did make. So I guess my thing isn't stock out of the box. I forgot about that. I forgot that I did that. Also, my diff is, am I 1 million? No. I actually have to watch my own video to see what I did. I think I'm 1 million in my diff. Yes, because Earl was 500K. I had gone 1 million because I wanted more lock, and I have the locker and all that stuff. But all that stuff is literally for when I just disassemble that whole DR10 and just mod it. So the only thing that'll be stock is the suspension, chassis, servo, body. What else? Did I say chassis already? So that's the only thing that'll be stock. Everything else is going to get, modified and upgraded, and I'm just going to take it from there. And I'm telling you, man, having weather like we've been having recently has been absolute garbage. And then obviously the days that I, possibly could have driven, obviously you guys know I was sitting in a hospital parking lot. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's where we are. So, River Pig Aquatics, what's going on, guy? Do I own a Red Cat Volcano? No, I do not. No, there are only certain Red Cats that I own for specific reasons, because some of the older Red Cats, and they're just not, they're okay. I've always talked about Red Cat. I stand behind Red Cat for the product that they are, because what they are doing is they're getting you into the hobby at a less expensive way, but you have to understand that all of those Red Cats have limitations. Now, I wish I could talk about the Gen 8 Axe Edition or the Gen 8, but I can tell you that I think the Gen 8 was Red Cat's kind of semi-turning point or stone into saying, hey, we're actually going to take this more serious. Then the Camo X4 was still that borderline to where if you got a couple of Red Cat upgrades and a T-bone front bumper, not throwing out T-bone, they don't pay me to say that, but the T-bone front bumper for me helped with the front breakage that I initially saw, that I was like, nothing else other than short of making a chassis brace myself, kind of like, who made a chassis brace? Rick, I think. I think his name is Rick on the Facebook group. He made a chassis brace. I think he made it out of like either steel or aluminum or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I just wanted a buy me piece that I knew was going to work, and that definitely worked. So, yeah. But the Red Cat Camo X4, I absolutely love that thing. I know other people are having issues with it. I don't get it, because unless they're taking the thing and trying to treat it like a X-Max or something like that, I just throw that out, because a lot of people like to abuse the X-Max that I've seen, not that I know, that the Camo X4, if you're breaking it, you're potentially overdriving what it's designed for. And I know some people have point blank had issues with the Camo X4, I think out of the box. Like, I think that guy, Rick, I think his name is Rick. I hope I have it right. You know how sometimes like the name isn't really who they are? But I think his name is Rick. He's got an X-Max. He's got a Camo X4. His Camo X4, I guess, point blank right out of the box was broken, which that's garbage. Because that doesn't show well for Red Cat. But then to get away from the Camo X4 and the Gen 8, the Gen 8 Axe Edition, supposedly, which is why I bought it, was again Red Cat saying, hey, we're literally trying to make this serious. And then, obviously, Red Cat's literal last vehicle so far, the Red Cat Kaiju. Now, if anybody out there is complaining about the Kaiju, that's obviously your own opinion. But I'll tell you right now, that Red Cat Racing Kaiju, I like it more than the Max, Traxxas Max, like point blank. There were so many little stupid continuing issues with and I like certain things about the Traxxas Max. It's almost, I almost wish that you could take the Traxxas Max and the Kaiju, put it into some kind of machine or whatever, and combined the two, and I almost feel would have an indestructible-ish Thrasher. I mean, I like the Kaiju more than the Max. My personal opinion. That's it. That's my just personal opinion. What you've got to put into the Traxxas Max to make it be at Kaiju level is nuts. And if you were to just take the Kaiju and drive it on 4S all day, every day, like the Max is Max at 4S, the Kaiju is insane for the money. It really is. Smokies, Gen 8 drag build. What? A Gen 8 drag build? Uh-oh. Dude, that would be nuts. Dude, you know how many people would get so pissed about that? How could you even do that, guy? What parts would I combine? Point blank, if I could take the Cush drive out of the Traxxas Max with the Traxxas Max drive shaft, you know, the drive shaft that goes front to rear, if I could do that, that would be my number one thing that I would do. I can't even, and also, if there was, granted, if you WD treat the upper arms on the Kaiju, it helps. But if you could also take the upper arms from the Traxxas Max and put those on the Kaiju, I feel you're starting to get into that realm of nothing is indestructible, but you're going to get into that realm of, man, I tell you, the Cush drive is definitely, I love the Cush drive concept because it is giving just that little bit more extra drivetrain shock preventative. Like they've got something with that Cush drive. I really, from my standpoint as a mechanic and the way my mind thinks, the Cush drive is awesome. And it is such a basic damn thing, but it really does save componentry. And if the Kaiju could have that Cush drive along with that just, and I'm not having any issues with the drive shaft on the Kaiju. God, what mine has been through, maybe I shouldn't say anything about the drive shaft. Number one thing I'd probably change is the Cush drive. Take the Cush drive out of the Max and put it into the Kaiju. That point blank, hands down. Traxxas has definitely got something on that. And people need to understand too that the Cush drive actually is a wear item. So eventually you will wear out that elastomer little cushion piece that's in there. It does wear out. So, but that shows that it's working. It's actually, you know, it has usability. I even think, point blank, if you could have a Cush drive in this thing right here, if this thing could have a Cush drive, that would probably save the cups on this thing. I really wish it wasn't wet outside. And here I am. I'm always telling everybody, I'm such a hypocrite. I'm always telling you guys, doesn't matter. Just get out there and rip it. That's what these things are designed for. Doesn't the box say waterproof? You know what I mean? But you just know there's a lot more cleanup involved. And I think that's the part, like, I always erase out of the equation because you guys know I very rarely clean my RCs. You want to talk about somebody that keeps their RCs nice and clean, go over and watch Earl Moorhead's channel because he goes through all the extra steps of just craziness that I would never even waste my time with because I get what he says. A clean RC is a happy RC. A clean anything is a happy anything. But I just would rather not waste my time. I'd rather just point blank move on to something else, forget cleaning it, to the level and detail that he does. But, maybe that's also saving him wear and tear on certain items. Like even the part about, my kaiju body. My kaiju body is destroyed. Like, I mean, dude, it's got holes like this big right now through the cab. Through the cab and through the bed of the truck. It's got massive holes in it. And it's like, for me, I don't care. I feel like what I'm going to do is the kaiju eventually, just like my Habao Hyper MT Sport Plus 2. Hyper MT Sport Plus 2. Is that what it's called? Hyper MT. No, Hyper MT Plus 2. I think. This is the Sport. I don't even know what my own truck's name is. But that thing, same thing. I'm literally going to, at some point, just rivet the body back together. Like, I'm dead serious. It throughout its destruction, I am just going to use probably sheet metal and rivets and glue and put that thing back together. Because right now, on my MT2, the body is separating from the cab on the passenger side, right side of the vehicle. So, but I'm okay with that because I'm just going to rivet it back together. And it's going to be like true to its name. That truck is my rat rod truck. I beat the snot out of that thing. I mean, I purposely drove it like an idiot that last time I took it out. And the only thing I did was no, I did actually blow out a shock valve. So one of my shock valves I did blow out. Or did I blow out two of them? I don't even remember now. So, but I've got those parts on order too. But that MT2, that is my Thrasher. That's my rat rod truck, and I love that thing. I love that thing. The thing takes a beat. I mean, God, the differential that was out of my MT2 that is beat is now in my MT Sport because the MT Sport's brand new cups broke. And it was just easier, I guess, just to swap in the whole diff than it was to, I guess, use cups that I weren't sure whether if they were the upgrades or not. So, tow rig or raffle? right. I didn't even see that. Sorry, man. So who's here? We got 25 people here. Kaiju, right? Vince Vargas, man. Kaiju is awesome. It really is. Yeah, Smokies, you will not regret if you get the Kaiju. Granted, pay attention to like all the people that have the Kaijus, what we have done. Now, I'm not talking about getting, like the crazy CNC parts unless that's what you want to do. But the Kaiju in its stock form with a little bit of WD, on those upper arms, and maybe get the drive cup saver things that I think it's Extreme Precision RC. I think that's the company. I have it on my phone. I think it's Extreme Precision RC, right? Yes. Or is it Extreme RC Precision? Yes. So it's actually, wait a minute. Why is there a warning? No, because he uses cookies. So it's actually called ExtremeRCPrecision.com. He has those cup saver things, whatever the heck they're called. That might be something you might want to look into. Why not? But just WD those upper arms, and I haven't seen anybody really have any suspension issues. I mean, Christ, the only reason why mine broke was because I slammed it into a mailbox at like guesstimation speed between 30 and 35 miles an hour because I was trying to do a speed rip with it. And by the time I realized that it was heading straight for that neighbor's mailbox, I did pull brake or push brake, but because it was already on grass, it did not really slow down much. So that's why I'm saying, because my kaiju was reaching that 53. I'm still thinking it was close to 54. It was reaching those speeds of 53 miles an hour. So I'm giving it a buffer of saying, between me hitting that brake, because that was a full rip, between me hitting that brake and that thing hitting that mailbox. Totally impressed, man. Totally impressed with the little amount of breakage that thing had. Sergeant J, what's going on, guy? The Super Rock Ray was I had shock problems. My kaiju easy. Right, okay. You had shock problems. Now, what are you saying, Sergeant J? That your Super Rock Ray was a blast today, or another word that some people use when they just say B? Because I don't know why you wouldn't say blast. So did you have issues with your Rock Ray? No, really? I mean, did you have a hard time with your Rock Ray? Sergeant J, did you have troubles with the Rock Ray? If you did, that stinks, man. I'll tell you want to see some good Rock Ray videos, go over Sergeant J's channel. He's put a couple of bucks into, the only word you have to say is Vitavon. Okay? So Sergeant J has put a couple of bucks into his Rock Ray to solve issues that he had come across. And yeah, I was installing some upgrades and kept running into. Oh no, dude, no! Now Sergeant J, did you video all that? Because people are gonna want to know it, man. I point blank turn to your channel all the time. I tell people anytime Rock Ray shows up, I'm like, you gotta check out Sergeant J. Oh, same thing too. You want to know stuff about Mad Van? You go over to Sergeant J's channel. He's also upgraded his Mad Van. So Sergeant J is a good guy, man. Go check out his channel if you haven't already. Where's Earl Moorhead? Earl's not here. Is he? Come on. Supposedly you're supposed to start saying Earl Moorhead. And then magically, rubbing the magic jar or what is that thing? The lantern. Or like Beetlejuice. You say Beetlejuice 3 times and all of a sudden Earl Moorhead pops in because his ears start burning. His eyes are burning right now, but his ears start burning too. Right, Beetlejuice, right? Yeah. I think what was cool was I guess one of his kids watches some of these lives. He's very careful, obviously with his kids and monitoring content and being very careful, which is an awesome thing to do as a dad. But I guess when the dad gets talked about, dad gets alerted. So it's like Earl Moorhead, Earl Moorhead, Earl Moorhead. So who knows? Watch. Let's see if he shows up. I did it 3 times. I said Earl Moorhead 3 times in a row, and now that's 4. Could be 5. Let's see if he shows up. It would be funny. All right. So I have to answer this text. She's doing okay, but not. And I know that's a vague answer, but it's the only way I can answer it right now. $25 people in here. How many thumbs up we got? We got 17. Come on, guys. Smash that thumbs up because, like I keep telling you, you guys know how YouTube works. So the more comments, the more interaction that a channel gets, that's what tells YouTube, hey, the channel's worth checking out. And maybe they'll throw a couple good ads on there. Been getting some kind of crappy ads lately on my channel. I'm not liking that. I think it's because I've been, not as consistent as I once was. Just because of, life happens and things are sometimes more important and you have to, make sure that those things are what the priority is. So, but yeah, I think because today is such a crappy day out, I am home alone today. So, how about if we open up the Mad Van? And I know right now, Jerry VRC and Justin O'Neill, who is now JORC, they are not looking forward to me opening up that Mad Van because they have a suspicion that I'm going to destroy the Mad Van. JORC guy, what is that? Thank you, man. It's still funny calling you J.O. J.O. It's so weird calling you that, man. I like O'Neill better. Thank you, though. Thank you for that, man. Don't destroy the van, yeah, guy. Hey, wait till you see, man. I can't even believe. Everything can go backwards except for one thing. One thing will not be able to be returned to stock. And I am going to still do, so please keep in mind, I am still going to do the traditional what's in the box, because that's, video content. And I am still going to, because I want to see for myself. I mean, obviously, Sergeant Jay's got the Mad Van, Tony's got the Mad Van. I'm not sure who else has the Mad Van, but, supposedly, surprisingly, the Mad Van is actually a good vehicle box stock, but I want to find out. Like, I want to do it I want to do it the RC Guy Garage way. I want to check it out. But the modifications that I'm doing to it, man, people are going to be like, what the hell did you just do? And you're going to like it. You have to. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. You just got to like it. And like I said, all but one thing can be returned back to stock. Box stock. Well, at least that's what I think. Well, that's what I hope. I actually don't know. Because I haven't even opened it. But anyways. Of course, it's a good stock as a monster. Right. Mad Van is very resilient. It holds up. I know, dude, I can't wait to find out. I really can't. Oh, look at Mitchell RC. Mitchell RC is putting a little poking stick into the cage of Jerry VRC and Jo. He's poking. You're poking the bears, man. I love poking the bears. You go to the zoo and poke. Dude, JORC and Jerry VRC, they are zoo animals right now. When it comes to monster trucks, that's definitely their forte. And it is mine too. You guys know that I love my monster trucks, but I just have to. I have to do what I'm going to do. It's just Mitchell Guy, thank you. Look at you. You're not even awake yet, Guy. Thank you very much for that donation, Mitchell. I don't know. Go away, Larry. You're not helping. It is going to be fun. Gen 8 Axe Edition. Venom, what are you saying? I know that on days like this, you will enjoy it. Put some customs on it. Man, you know what's funny? You're absolutely right, though. See, sometimes it does take somebody else saying something to make you think. On a day like this, when I potentially wouldn't want to make like, because obviously, you know, a truck like this, right? Truck like this, you have to drive fast. You have to thrash it, bash it, whatever you want to call it. I call it thrashing it. You gotta drive it in a way to enjoy it, and that requires speed, jumps, turns, spin outs, you know, flips, you know, just the craziness, right? And then with the crawler, though, my mind is so easily swayed. It really is sometimes. My mind is so easily swayed. It's that squirrel syndrome. Because when Sergeant J, I mean, when Venom says something like that, it makes you think, you know? Here's the thing. Okay, here's maybe an explanation of why I haven't opened the Gen 8. So I feel that the Gen 8's capabilities are TR stock. I even feel that the Gen 8's capabilities are beyond me. Like, I don't feel I could do the thing justice. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's either going to be a what's in the box or it's going to be a raffle truck. Like I said, I got to figure. What is that? River Pig Aquatics. God, what is that? Dude, thank you. Holy crap. Dude, I appreciate that, man. The test and tune division? I like that, man. Thank you very much, man. Test and tune. Test and division. I actually like that. I'm still upset I can't find my other book. I'm actually very annoyed with myself. I don't even understand how I lost that book. I know we were doing like some cleaning up of stuff in the house, and because we were preparing for, obviously, you know, my wife not being here, so she wanted to make sure like the whole house was clean. But I kept that book in only a couple of locations, and for that book to be gone is very upsetting to me right now because I took a lot of notes in that book. So that bothers me because that means I lost everybody's name. I lost all the subscribers' names. I lost all the ideas, all the everything from that whole time. I hope I didn't throw it away somehow. I know I wouldn't have thrown it away, but I'm hoping it didn't like inadvertently get tossed in the trash or something stupid. It was a good sized notebook too, so that's why I don't understand why I can't find it. It was a thick notebook. I really hope I find it because it's got a lot of notes. It's got a lot of like what people said, like a lot of ideas too that are kind of lost because if I don't write stuff down, ask me what I had for dinner yet last night. Oh, I already know. And that's amazing. Normally I can't even remember what I had for dinner the night prior. I'm one of those guys that's just happy to eat. You know, just give me a plate of anything. I don't care. But last night we actually had breakfast for dinner with a twist. So we had what are you saying, Strip Gear? That's why I don't have the infraction yet. Why don't you have the infraction yet? Wait a minute. Why don't you have the infraction yet? Why don't you have the infraction? Oh, why? Because you don't feel that you could justify, your ability couldn't justify the usage of the infraction? Is that what you're saying, Stripped? Maybe if you go crawling with a group, you'll love it, seeing others climb and doing it yourself. Yeah, Vince, I totally get you, man. Yeah, I am. You know what? My memory has been garbage for years. It's just getting worse. Just like my eyes. My eyes have been perfect up until like 3 years ago. Up until like 3 years ago, I could see. I didn't need these stinking glasses. I think it's 3 years ago. Right, so stripped. So the reason why you haven't gotten the infraction yet is because you don't feel like you could do it the justice that it deserves. I get that. Lorm, welcome to your world. Right. Why is he doing that? I gotta see why he's doing that. There should be no reason. You know what's funny? I'll show you why. I'll show you why he's doing that if he doesn't run away. Look who showed up. Who's that right there? He actually stopped in front of the house too, all by himself. See? He gets to a certain point and he just keeps going. You guys know who that is, right? That's Otis. Otis is like the channel dog, the channel surprise pet, or whatever you want to call it. What's funny is I think my neighbor actually watches the YouTube channel because he knows his dog is on it. I think it's a riot. You agree with Strip? That is why? Yeah. That I think the other thing too right now is the infraction is kind of hard to get. Kind of like a I don't think you can get a Mojave right now, right? That's another must-have vehicle. There's some must-have vehicles. So I can only speak to my own collection of stuff, but there are definitely some must-have vehicles that I've got in my collection. And like I said, it's only speaking from my collection because I can only speak for what I've got. And I try to, at least for myself, I will buy a vehicle that doesn't seem like the reason why, point blank, reason why I bought the Camo X4 was because I didn't see content on it. And I was wondering why. So I thought to myself, okay, well, it's a Red Cat. So maybe it's got some design flaws. So maybe that's why it's not a popular vehicle. And then after I bought it, it seemed to get attention because I point blank started to realize, wow, this, for what it is, it's actually a great, fun little truck. I still, like, my Camo X4 is sitting in a box right now. It's still waiting for parts. I just haven't ordered them. Stupidly. I don't know why I haven't ordered them. I think what I'm doing is I'm waiting for a big order because I buy all my stuff from teamredcatshop.com. And I suggest if you're gonna get Red Cat parts, try them first. Try Red Cat. And I think OMGRC is another guy that is a Red Cat dealer or something like that. Or you can get parts from him or something like that. So I don't know the guy personally. I just, other people has said, you know, he's a good guy to deal with. So, but yeah, I don't know. Where was I? Camo X4. Great little truck. It's an entry-level rock racer. Remember that it's a rock racer. Don't overdrive it, because if you do, you're gonna break it. Don't jump mountains with it, because that's when you're gonna break it. Sergeant J. So on the Rockray, the rear drive shaft, grub screw at the transmission output was completely stripped out. I had to destroy that to get. Oh no! But Sergeant, did you record all of this stuff? I hope you did. Oh, $60 replacement? Sergeant, guy, if you haven't been recording that stuff, you've got to do some recordings on it. Like I said, I point blank steer. Everybody looking at the rock rays, I point blank always say Sergeant J. Probably because you're literally the only one that I think about when it comes to the rock ray, because that's how I got, I think that's how I got attracted to your channel. Because I had seen a flaw in the rock ray just in my mind. So I searched rock ray videos and I saw yours, and when yours broke, I was like, holy crap, I was right. So that's crazy. Smokey, you're funny, man. JORC, you ready to pick up a new RC today, but you can't decide what to get? Well, what are your choices, guy? Put out a poll. Put out a poll on the Facebook site. We'll put out a poll right here. Ask people what to get, but people need to know what your choices are. What are your choices? If you don't have a Mojave, get a Mojave. If you don't have a DB Pro, get a DB Pro. I don't know. I'm just... It's like there's a select few vehicles that I've got that I actually feel... I feel privileged to own them in a way. Like an earned privilege, but still I feel like there's a couple of RCs that I've made a real good decision on buying just because of how they act, and their resiliency is just like, wow. You know? Riff raff, guy, you're late. Is that a fake Kevin Talbot? Because why is the message deleted? Must be a fake. So now there's a fake account out there, a fake Kevin Talbot account. That's nice. See, people shouldn't be messing with that guy. What is that? Is that a fake? That's got to be a fake account, huh? Does anybody know if that's a fake account? Because if that's a fake account, you guys should all report them right now. Oh, Mitchell. This is YouTube. This is different. Is that a fake? Is that a fake? Yeah, that because isn't Kevin Talbot's thing actually called Kevin Talbot? So that means there's a fake account out there now, right? Man, I tell you, if that's a fake account, everybody report it right now. I'm gonna check that right now. Because it actually has his face too. That's not cool. Somebody should let him know. Yeah, that's a fake account, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Fake account. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's got to be. Is there any way to alert him that somebody's using his name and picture? Because that's totally not cool. I don't want that crap on my channel. Are you serious? There's a lot of Kevin clones out there? That's junk, man. So how do you know which is which? Lorm, thank you, man. Oh, you know what I almost forgot? Is my phone dying? Oh, it almost is. I don't have it plugged in. I totally forgot. I don't even know where my wire is. All right, let's see here. I'm just gonna plug in the device here. That should be better. Oops, now it's just gonna go sideways on me. Sweet. I know you guys can't see it, but Otis has stopped in front of my house again. He was coming the other way and now he stopped again. Now that YouTube discontinued the option to check channels in chat, you don't know. Right, that's junk. Trolls and clones and impersonators. That's crap, man. Well, at least I know that's never going to happen here. Right? Ace 88, what's going on, guy? I have had people troll me, and I'm not even that big of a channel. I have. What are you talking about? That's 1.5. How do you figure that's not a lot? Ace 88. That's pretty stinking good. Man, I hate fake accounts. Kev had a lot of trouble with one of his rival channels. Oh yeah, Riff. Yeah. But that was all squared away. Yep. I don't know, man. All that stuff is, like I said, all that stuff is just crap. You know? It's sometimes, I guess, I don't know, it's some kind of like jealousy or something when it literally shouldn't even be there. It shouldn't. You know, Kevin's channel is where it is because he earned it. People don't have to subscribe to his channel. but because they like his content, they're subscribed. It's like that stuff just drives me insane. It's like it's technically it's up to the users. It's the users that make the channel. That's why I keep telling you guys, thank you guys for subscribing to this channel, because where would this channel be without people that actually say, hey, you know what? This is actually something that's worth watching. And granted, you know, I've even had comments recently. Somebody was like, I'll watch like 10 minutes of a video, but I ain't watching no 2 hours. And I was like, I just sent a message back and I was like, you do understand that that was a live, right? That wasn't like a video. That was actually just a live, you know, just hang out, that's it. And I jokingly said, I think after the fact, I was like, then you definitely have to go, because I think some of you guys know I did an over 7-hour live stream, and that was insane. Like, I still can't believe that that happened. That went by so fast for me. It's like 7 hours and like, it was like 7 hours and like 14 minutes or 7 hours and 14 seconds or something like that. That was nuts. So I told the guy, I was like, then you should definitely go watch the 7-hour live stream that I did. You'll put yourself into a coma. And I was just like, yo, because I like to, you gotta point blank have fun no matter what it is. That's why I think I like this RC stuff, because it is point blank about having a blast. It's about doing something that you like. Doesn't matter what it is. If you like smashing into trees, then just go for it. You know? The heck? Even the issues sometimes, 50 miles per hour into a wall. If that's what you like to do, do it. Because people will watch it. People want to know. People want to know. If you take that, $1,000 X-Max and you slam it as fast as it can go into a wall, what's going to break? People actually want to know that. They want to know if by chance, by accident, I do that, what are potentially the parts that I'm going to have to replace? Well, you're going to have to replace a whole X-Max. Not even though. Even that video, which that was a riot. When Kevin hit his own pumpkin, when he hit his own rear end, and he snapped off. Was it the front end? Yeah, it was the front end of the Traxxas Max. That was awesome. That was that was so awesome that I actually sent him a message, and I was like, that was so awesome. Like something along the lines, that was so awesome, but bad at the same time, or something like that. I don't know. And that's what's worth a comment, I don't know. Like, some people in here say, go ahead, smash that thumbs up if you haven't. If that's what you're into, just make sure if you're smashing that thumbs up on this video or any of my videos on my channel, just make sure you don't smash your device so hard that you can't watch another latest and greatest video from our Cigar Garage. Right? Right? Come on, I'm getting it down. Trying to get these sayings down pat. You're very disappointed in Traxxas right now. Why? Good thing the chassis, bulkheads, and all the parts are sold separate. Right. But why are you Ace 88? Why are you upset with Traxxas? I think everybody at that point in time in life gets upset with Traxxas. Mario, what's going on, guy? Yeah, you're not, because you're not Kevin Talbot. Yeah, see, here's the guy again. So this is actually not Kevin Talbot. Because why isn't his name Kevin Talbot and it's Kev Talbot? It's a fake, it's got to be a fake account. So let's see. Let's look up this guy's name here. Kev Talbot with that picture, right? Is that the real Kevin Talbot? Let's check it out. Kevtalbot. Right? That's how you spell it, right? T-A-L. Talbot. Yeah, it's not even him. You know what I mean? It's like, why bother? Why bother wasting your time creating a fake account based upon somebody else's name? That's lame. You know what he did? He used the More Kevin Talbot picture. He used the More Kevin Talbot picture to Riff Raff, you're a nice guy. You know what you got to do, Riff? Instead of deleting his message, just dump him right out of the stream. It's obviously not the real Kevin Talbot, because it's not even, it's using his picture and all this other stuff, which is lame. Somebody that has nothing to do with like Kevin at all. Yeah, I'm like literally looking Kev Talbot and fake account. Nice. Oh, nice, Riff Raff. Thanks, man. Right, River Pigs, exactly. Good name for that garbage. I don't like, well, point blank, if it's a fake account, out of here. You know what I mean? Don't impersonate somebody else. That's point blank. Joe Daddy's Garage, good seeing you. I did not even know you were here. Right, the real Kevin, right. Right. RC Master, thanks, man. Parts and Traxxas would fix them all for 100 if they found they were defective. I spent over 2,000. Wow. Yeah, I was just reading that. Ace 88 purchase. Yeah, that's a lot, man. I like how you did that. Part 1 of 2. Yeah, I did. I saw part 1. Yep. That's crazy, man. Definitely not cool. You have to also know, right, that Traxxas is so big that I hate to say it this way, but because Traxxas is so big, they don't care. They don't care anymore. Like, I mean, that's like how I am seeing it. What is that? Mario, thank you, man. Thank you for that donation. Stan. All right, so somebody knows somebody by name. River Pigs must be, his name must be Stan. Yeah, that Ace 88, that's the part that kind of stinks, man, because it's that, I think it's that syndrome, the little guy, the little guy syndrome. Everybody else is technically the little guy, and unless there was like some massive against Traxxas uprising, nothing's ever gonna change. And even then, like, didn't the RC Sailors get sued, or were gonna get sued by Traxxas because something about there was like a fake vehicle out there that, I don't know, something about some fake vehicle that actually wasn't a Traxxas or something, and I don't even care. That channel, the RC Sailors, they're like I said, they're good people for the channel that they have and what they do. They are very good people, and I think Traxxas should have like known that or realized that. Even some people had said that they're a bunch of idiots, the RC Sailors, but I don't look at it that way. He point blank, I don't even know what the guy's name is. What the heck is the guy's name is? It's Abby and, well, whatever her husband's name is. He point blank says it. I'm no mechanic. Even Kevin Talbot has said it. Kevin Talbot has said he's no RC mechanic. I mean, Kevin Talbot's he's an ex-welder. He just loves RC, and he was able to create a massive channel because he's got a good personality. He's got a personality and a way of being able to, attract, and he's got a good, in a sense, for himself business, business mind, Nate, that's right, Nate and Abby, right. Yeah, they are good people, man. They really are. Ace 88, thank you, man, for answering Lauren. They live down the river from you? That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's kind of cool when you can, I don't know. I think it's funny. I've actually, which is funny to me, I've actually met a couple subscribers. It's funny because they're like, "Hey, I know you," and I'm like, you do? And I'm thinking like, because I'm always in the mindset of, my other, construction and drone and all that other stuff, and yeah, I know you. You got that RC YouTube channel, your RC Guy Garage, and I was just like, yeah. I'm like, who are you? You know what I mean? Like, I even met, his name is Hawk FPV. Wicked intelligent guy, too. Man, I would not want his job. I'm not even going to talk about what his job is, but I would not want Hawk FPV's job, man. I don't know how anybody would want his job. It's not a bad job. It's a very dangerous job. Like almost like, how do I say it without saying what he does? I don't know. You just have to search his channel. He's a good guy, though. He's a real good guy, Hawk FPV. And even a couple of people from Reckless. It's funny because when I went out, one of the times when I was in Reckless on a Friday, place was pretty packed, and when I was walking in, a couple of people were like, "Hey, like I know you." And it's just funny, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird to like, know people know you or watch your channel. To meet them in person. It's kind of cool, You feel like a superstar. In my case, you feel like a superstar. But anyways. Oh, J-O, right. Because yeah, Fall River. Yep. Dude, well, that's where I was, right? No. Yeah. St. Luke's Hospital. Isn't that near Fall River? Yeah, New Bedford, Fall River. Yeah, so I was technically in your neighborhood, kind of, sorta, with the kaiju and the failed EPX or EXP, whatever the heck that thing is. EPX. I think it's a EPX. The failed rip. That's a riot, man. Riff, thank you, man. You just gotta have fun, you know. You gotta have fun. Gotta get out there and rip it, right? Which is what I want to do today. Yeah. I just, like I said, I gotta keep this on my side here just to make sure. Okay. Do you know if I need to get anything special or specific for when I go to pick you up? Do you need anything in the car? Do you need anything at the house? I know it's a whole bunch of questions, but I just want to make sure that I am prepared when I pick you up and when you're home so that I have everything in place and ready. I had to use talk to text. It was way too much for me to type. Gold Goose, what's going on, guy? Right. For the Traxxas Max, right? Ace 88. Unless you get that little conversion plate, then you can use whatever servo you want. You won't have to be restricted to the Traxxas servo. BMC, what's going on, guy? This must be your first time here. Oh, Lorm, you actually have the adapter? Awesome. Oops. Whoa. Always hitting the wrong buttons here. Right now, I'm just going back to see, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I am good. Oh, BMC, okay. Well, I'm glad you at least spoke up. Now I know you're somebody that, comes on here. What are we looking at for time here? And you're back. Right. So I would actually, depends upon, as far as drag tires go, it depends upon what you want to use. Obviously, if Earl Moorhead was here, he would definitely be the guy to go after. But the Pro line, obviously, drag tires, the Pro lines, those are nice. Right now, actually, what I'm waiting on is I'm waiting on an order from Raw Speed. So Raw Speed has their own short course drag tire that they've got several different compounds, and I've got literally all of them coming now. So, Pro lines, the Hoosiers, those obviously, I guess, depending upon the compound that you need, that's the tire you should go for. Other than that, I think Earl said something about the hotties from J Concept, not JC Whitney. And then these raw speed ones. I'm really interested in these raw speeds because the raw speeds are $23 a piece. Not a piece, for a set of two. Like, that seems like a great deal, I think. So I've got a whole bunch of raw speeds coming. So, because I want to test some stuff out. And because I'm going to have a couple of, drag cars now. I want to be able to test on other platforms to see if there's a difference between weight versus length of vehicle versus temp. You know what I mean? So you kind of nerd. Yeah, but you know what though, Bandit, you're only on 4S, so I don't think you got anything to worry about. You're technically taking it easy. Gold compound, right? But it point blank, doesn't it make? Well, yeah, I don't know about the J Concepts one, but it does depend upon reactions or primes. Yeah, it's all relative only because it depends upon what type of wheel you're using, whatever, whole bunch of stuff. The green compound sucks, but it, again, depends upon how you're using them. Just remember, if you're using a drag tire, whatever drag tire you're using, it's an expendable tire. Like, I learned that real quick with the DR10, and DR10's only ripping stock 3S, and I've already burned through my tires, so. That's not stink, huh? Gold Goose Gaming right there. Dirt tracks, belted tires are awesome, but the rims are junk. Yeah. J Concept Huddies, right, for the front of yours. Oh, I got a question for you. I watched a video, and sometimes maybe I put a little bit too much into wording of things. How do you, what this was, I won't even reference the video, but maybe my concept of bashing or thrashing is different. How in the heck do you bash a drag car? Like, am I like just not understanding what bash means? Or am I not thinking straight or something? But in my mind, how do you bash a drag car? That doesn't seem right. Like, you wouldn't, number one, you wouldn't want to bash a drag car, right? I mean, I know it's a short course. Well, some of them are short course conversions, which are technically you can bash and bash in their configuration to what they were as a short course. But how do you bash a drag car? It just doesn't seem like. It was like if you took a Top Fuel modified and brought it over to like a Monster Jam. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bash my Top Fuel car at Monster Jam. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking wrong. Oh, doing donuts? Is that what you mean? Run it into a wall right at high speed, I guess. Right. I think bash a drag car would be send it right. Okay. Get dirt tires right and hard friends right. On a foam course with jumps and curves, right? Okay, as in flying up and down the street or down the road. I don't jump it, right? Well, you know what was funny was I don't know. Did you guys knew that Earl had a EPX, right? Earl Moorhead had an EPX. Well, he had sent me obviously a couple of pictures of his EPX, and granted, I don't know the full scope right now of what the condition of his EPX is, but he was doing some speed runs with it, and he forgot where the speed bump was. So, and you guys all know his speed bump is bad. I mean, you want to talk about a speed bump, that's a real deal speed bump. That thing that I was jumping the kaiju at that parking garage, that was not a speed bump, even though it looked it when I was in the car, and driving over in the car, it felt like a speed bump, but it was literally just, I think, like the expansion joint or whatever it was in that parking garage between the two upper halves. But he literally said that by the time he followed the car, because it's what he did is he followed it, there was zero reaction. The speed bump was right there. He forgot where he was with the EPX, and he launched it. And I already know for my EPX going the speed that it did, and I don't know if Earl was at those speeds yet, that if that little EPX, man. Yeah, the little EPX, the more and more I look at my Habal EPX, man, that thing is mint. Like I said, wait till you guys see what I'm doing to that thing. There's a whole video thing on that. Little bits and pieces. I've been putting like little bits and pieces, like I said, because in between the in-betweens of, technically not being able to do stuff. Got some content coming out on the Habal Hyper EPX semi-truck, which kind of is no longer a semi-truck. And it's cool, though. It's definitely cool. A basher is basically made up of random parts off of random cars, trucks, or old stuff you don't care about because things were super pricey back in the day. Right. Drag car. You know it, guy. Drag car. Well, let's just say this, I treat it how I see fit, right? Yeah, I think that's what I had thought about years ago. If you were gonna technically bash something, that it probably was, in my mind, bashing was exactly what I see it as. That's why I call myself a thrasher sometimes, because I think it takes it beyond just the typicalness of going out and ripping it hard. You're ripping it just a little extra hard not giving a flying care about what's happening. So when I had take that Habao MT Plus 2 and I drove it like an animal and didn't care, purposely driving it to show that it can take abuse, and for it to take the amount of abuse that it was taking was pretty good. Yeah. It to only bend one shock shaft and blow out a shock valve, that's not bad. For what it is. It's not an X-Max. A lot of people like to, ask and say, how do you rate the MT against the X-Max? And it's like, well, number one, I don't own one, but from what I've seen, you can't even put the two vehicles in the same classification because they're point blank not. So. Part wheelie car. Pot wheelie car. CAH. There's no R. Oh, dude, we can all say bashing. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I just think it's funny, because when I was listening to the guy talking about bashing a drag car, I literally was like, really? Like, you really bashed it? Like, why? You're gonna destroy it. Those wheels are sensitive enough, at least like in my head, because I'm thinking jumps and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I've bashed mine. I guess if that's the case, because I've rolled the thing. I don't know how many times. I had one real bad crash for that thing. I'm surprised the wheelie bar didn't break off. Not on camera too. That's the other thing too. That people also think that, when I drive an RC car, like I'm always rolling a camera. It's like, nah, because sometimes you just want to get out there and just rip it. You want to have some fun where you're not trying to concentrate on footage. But you do miss a lot of stuff though, because there's been some nutty things that have happened. It makes you wish you always had a camera rolling, Even some of the stuff like we were talking about earlier, some of the stuff that Big Black has been through, that, man, if I could have only, had the sense to video it at the time or take better pictures or something, man, all of you guys would be like, you did that to your truck, it's still alive. Like my son, because my son obviously has been a part of Big Black's life, for his entire life, he knows what Big Black has been through. And now being a mechanic, even he talking, the stories, and the stories are very accurate, how he says it to his buddies at work, that it's like, I feel like, do you guys know the show Cheers, or know of the show Cheers? And there was this guy named Norm. So whenever Norm would walk through the door, it was like, Norm, like everybody knew him, right? So it's funny, even though people at my son's shop, have not ever seen Big Black, they literally already know it. And if and when that truck ever shows up, like everybody is going to be like in awe. Like, how is this truck still alive? Like all the stuff that this thing has been put through. How? It's got the 6.0 no. I mean, it's an 06. It lives in New England. How is this thing still alive? With the abuse that I give it. It's tuned. It's tuned. And it eats it. It eats it up. It eats up the tune so well. And I'm starting to see the sunshine coming out. That's putting a smile on my face right there. That'd be a nice thing if the sun decides to come out. Alexa, what's the weather?
In Plymouth, it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 57 degrees.
Now see, earlier
Good
when
morning.
Yeah, you too. So in the morning, wasn't wasn't it saying like all cloudy skies? It didn't show a sunshine. Look at it. It's good.
That's really nice. Thanks.
Whatever. It's got sun. It's got the sun coming out now. Nice. Yeah, right. Earl Moy had 3 times. Right, he didn't show up. I'm surprised. Monster Truck, right, guy. What's going on? Just almost called you Kevin. See, that's how popular you are, Tony. Almost called you Kevin. We had a Kevin impersonator on the channel. Nice, huh? I hate those fake accounts. I think all those fake accounts should be just trashed. If anybody ever sees a fake account on my channel, please, by all means, report it. See, here's a good thing. I can gauge my weather potentially by what Tony's getting right now. So, Tony, what's your weather for today? That'll tell me what my weather's going to be like tomorrow. Or close to it. That's what's funny. I like that because it's funny because you start to know like where people are kind of like located. And if you watch the weather, you know like a lot of times how weather patterns happen. So, you know, you get somebody over here, you go, hey, how's your weather? How's your weather today? And pretty much whatever they're getting, they're going to get like the next day-ish or somewhere around there. Overcast, that's garbage. Yeah, we've got actually overcast today, but the sun is actually starting to poke out, which is nice. That means I'll actually be able to rip it. So I haven't been able to. Slight chance of rain, junk. Forget that. Forget that rain garbage. Yeah, we've been on for how long? Almost 2.5 hours? That's crazy. Yeah, it was crappy yesterday, right? Yeah, sunny for you, Mario. That's nice, man. Yeah, the days that it was sunny for me, obviously I just was not able to do anything. So, but I'm okay with that because something else is more important. Cloudy with a chance of RCs. Dude, it's always a chance of RCs. That's like why I'm saying that. Dude, it does not matter what the weather is. You can always RC something. Does a tornado stop storm chases? No. They just don't go in the path, but still doesn't stop them. It'd be epic. Dude, take out an RC during a hurricane. Just watch out for trees. You know, the sound quality might be junk, but you can throw some music in there. Which is probably what I should have done yesterday. Yesterday, I ended up not ripping it just because, yeah, just other things were more of a priority. So, and yeah, more of a priority. I'm going to end the stream right at, what time? I should end it at 12. That'll give some time. 11:53 my time right now. So I'm just going to end it right at I'm just going to end it right at 12. So we got a couple minutes. But I want to jump in. Thank the donators for the channel for today. We got Mitchell's RC, JORC, Mitchell's RC again, River Pig Aquatics killed it, and Mario. Thank you very much for those donations. You point blank know what that goes to. Goes right back into the channel, and I appreciate it very much. We've got Rift to the Raff is here, Shade Tree RC, CCXRC, Gold Goose Gaming, Mario is here, Smokey's RC, RC Master is here. I know it's Master, but I hate saying your name. We've got, who else? JORC. Still that name throws me off. Going back. Gold Goose Gaming, did I say that already, I think? Might have. I get lost real fast. I think that's about it. It looks like it's a few people keeping the convo going. So, yeah. Ace 88 was here. I don't know if Ace 88's still here. But, right. So, the initial part of the stream was talking about Mother Nature, how Mother Nature point blank is always going to win. But, like I've always said, even just in general for myself, you can always force against Mother Nature. Just know that you may suffer the consequences. Point blank. You know, if you want to take an RC out, there's actually people out here that don't know that I almost lost my drone. So, there was a time when I was doing time lapses with my drone, which actually are pretty cool because you can get up at a good height. And if you know a storm is coming, I've got one time lapse that I took that when you speed it up or when you play it back, whatever, when you play it back, the way the clouds look, they point blank look like an ocean storm. Like the way the water looks, crashing waves, was how, when I played back the footage, the clouds looked. Because what I did was I took up the drone and I did I obviously faced it to where the front was coming in. And what you need to remember is when you're doing that, I had it set on the easy mode, right? And then I had to put it into sport mode because what had happened was the drone was directly above my house. I was at like 300 and something, 3 feet, something like that. I don't exactly remember. And I was time lapsing the front coming in, which was really cool because there was no wind, which was insane. You could see the black line coming in at an angle. Basically overtaking the sun. You could see the division line on all the trees, and then just all of a sudden out of nowhere, it must have been like right as the forefront of the front came, I slowly started to see my drone losing GPS position. Now, if you know these Phantom 4s, when they're locked onto a GPS, they're not supposed to move. Now, my drone was all of a sudden starting to float away. And then because I was up so high, it was the first time that I lost line of sight of my drone and I panicked. Like, I totally didn't even think to take it and put it into sport mode. I just full stick forward and started to try to drop elevation because I knew that if I could at least get it lower, that was my initial thought. If I could at least get it lower, I'm kind of going into like a dive, like, a forward dive. So the thought was the lower I got, the less wind shear I was going to get. And the drone, like, I was on my deck, so I could see like a good distance. And when my drone got past the trees, I'm looking at the camera and I'm realizing the wind is getting stronger and stronger. And I'm like, oh my God, I just lost $2,000. Like I just, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, I was just like, damn it, sport mode. Clicked it into sport mode, and I literally was still dropping altitude, and I still had it full throttle. But when I put it into sport mode, is obviously when it goes into, sport mode, no GPS, no nothing. And it then forced against the wind just enough for me to get it just to where the trees were, to where there was still turbulence. So the drone was fighting the upward turbulence that it was getting from the treetops, and amazingly was able to get it to my front yard, and well, actually not my front yard, but to like my driveway, the side section of the driveway, to where all the woods, you know, that are behind me were able to buffer the wind. And wow, I'm telling you right now, that had my heart going, because when you lose a drone, man, that's a couple bucks. That's no joke. You know what I mean? That's like that's a $1,800 score for somebody else, because, you know, potentially I think all they'd have to do is just like somehow rebind the drone to a new controller or something, right? Or sell it on Craigslist, not Craigslist. But anyways, that was pretty scary. But yeah, I don't know. Everybody, thank you for subscribing to this channel. This was COVID and Coffee from RC Guy Garage. We're coming up on that 12 o'clock mark right now. And like I always say, get out there and rip it, because that point blank is what you should do. Thank you for everybody chatting in the stream. Thank you for all those donations. You know right where it's going. And yeah, just get out there and rip it like I'm going to today. It doesn't matter what the weather is. Just do it. Most of these RCs nowadays are waterproof, right? So what's stopping you? Throw on a rain jacket. Get rain gear, whatever. Throw on your slush boots. You know, get out there with a snow shovel, whatever kind of weather you got. Just get out there and go. Have a blast. Have some fun. I'm out of here. I'm going to get out there and rip it myself. We'll see you guys later. How about today? I know I keep saying that. What if I just like surprise you? We'll see. Maybe I'll surprise you. That'd be cool, right? All right. I'll see you guys later.